Hey, welcome to Vice Grip Garage. I'm going to put this out there right now. I can't see nothing. I'm probably not even looking at the camera. Just, you got to ride with it. Anyway, town where I live is putting on a little cruise shindig, and I guess it's been going on for about a month, and she's turned into quite the ordeal. And the gal said, let's do that tonight. I said, sure. And then I realized I've got cars in 17 states, more than I can count, and they're all just junk. Nothing runs. There's really nothing ready for a family, so to speak. And then I remembered the old Cadillac sitting back here, and it's about the closest thing I got. You can see from the grass, she's been sitting, well, it's been sitting a long time, and she ain't got no brakes. But we did put some fresh interior into things, so we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna see if it fires up, get her in the garage, fix on those brakes, give her a proper testing since we can, whoa. And then we'll take her cruising, see what we can get into. Oh, do I got the keys? Probably not. Really curious what this is gonna smell like on the inside. If you remember from previous episodes, we put the shine on the interior, cleaned up the floor, put some carpet in it, cleaned up the seats and stuff. But she's been laying out here just buckled down, got the door open, trying to scoop some fresh air in here. We'll see what we got. Well, first thing I noticed is I need to blow my nose. Second thing is, there's just a linger of, I was dominated by mold and mice smell, but a little bit of, hey, someone tried to fix me. So it's not too bad, is what I'm saying. For the first time ever, I kind of feel a little too dirty to get into my own rig, but we're just gonna do her and see if she fires up. Oh, keys, forgot again already. 9 years later, I think I found them. Yep. It is hot in here. 5 or 6 pumps. Nothing. Few more. I still got nothing. A little bit more. Come on now. There she goes. Let her warm up for a minute and I'll get her in the garage. Giving it. Bring her up. Get her up now. Whoa. What's going on here? Bring her up a different way. So if you saw the maiden voyage of this here rig, you'll remember that I already fixed on the brakes once. And that's what that repair looks like, and she's kind of just been sitting like that since. And basically this caliper was locking up, so when you hit the brakes, this tire would just skid. Normally what happens when these sit for a long time, these rubber hoses get really soft and swollen, and it kind of acts like a check valve. So when you hit the brakes, because of the pressure, it'll squeeze fluid through, these will lock down, but then the juice can't get back out. So I just pinched her off, and that seemed to work okay. I did track down a caliper. I think I'm just going to try to replace both these. That way I only have to do this once. The trick is getting this line off without snapping it. And there's about a 92.4% chance that's going to happen. Then you're in a world of hurt. You're replacing this line all the way back to the proportioning valve at that point. And that is basically not fun. I might even grease this up a little bit. Like I was saying, I tracked down a caliper here to the captain side. Could not find one to the drinker side, and I actually found this at a little shop, so make sure you pay attention to the little guys. And then I got some brake-a-lator pads. Monroe's. Sure, them will probably work. What's this? Juice? Juice for those. Well, you missed the excitement. I just jumped right into the fire wrench. I had to heat this nut up because, like I predicted, she was stripping. So I got the right size wrench on there, threw some heat on, and boy, this thing just blew. Right in my teeth, basically. But the good news is, this is loose. So now that this is 7,914 degrees, I'm going to let that cool down just a little bit. Then I'll get back in here and take that off. Past lunchtime, should have brought some SpaghettiOs, could have threw them in there and heated on them a little bit. But while that's cooling down, I'm going to bust this caliper off here. Oh, yeah, well, that could have been part of the problem. Well, guy got this bad boy off. You can see we got some issues, you know, something wrong. A lot of this is old residual, but then you can see some shiny here and there from our last ride. Chances are this was actually sticking when it was parked, and who knows, might have been one of the reasons she was dove down in there in that field. And then this line was definitely bad. I know you guys can't see, but it's really obvious it's collapsed in here. So this caliper might be savable. Guy would definitely have to take it apart, clean it up, flush it. All this gunk in this line is going to be stuck in here now. So I'm going to go ahead and just replace it, since I spent 23.5 months searching for one of these. And then we should be good to go. We got some nice fluid drippage, you know, just enough to start a fire if need be down there. So this line is fine. We just got to plop the new one on and bleed her out. Guys got the squeezer down stopper put together, and I went ahead and shot the hose on her. So that's pretty much ready to just plug in. But before I do that, I think I'm going to take the cheek poker and run it around this, and then I'll take a fine Scotch-Brite, see if I can clean this surface up, you know, just a tickle. Well, she looks 17.82% better anyway. Feller can still see where she was parked up all them years. Definitely needs a new rotor, but I can't find any right now. We'll get to that later down the road. This will at least give them new pads something to bite onto and give her a shot to shut her down. Let's plop this on and get her connected. I'm ready to take this thing for a rip. Easy. Got this guy out here, and I cleaned her up with the wire wheel a little bit because I wanted to show you this. She was really close to just popping anyway, so kind of a pain to get her out of there, but it's better to replace it anyway. I got some copper tubing in stock here. I'm going to bend one of these up. It's a lot easier to make these tight bends and stuff with the copper. Well, tricks are for kids, but I've got both of them. How do you put a bend in this here guy without caking on her? Grab yourself a socket, measure it up, and this one is a 1 inch, fits perfectly around that. So all you gotta do is take her and just right around this. I'll be dipped. Hard line's in, soft line, caliper pads. Ready to bleed this thing. I got my brake bleeder 9000 hooked up. Since I'm always alone, this is how I do it. Basically just drill a hole in the cap. Make sure that's a tight fit so she hangs like that. Fill it with some juice. And then I got her clamped onto my bleeder. And basically, when I fill the reservoir and just slowly press on the pedal, it's going to force all the air out of the system. And the bubbles will come out in there. And when I let off the pedal, there's science and wizardry and stuff. And the vacuum's going to pull in fresh fluid. And basically, I keep going until the bubbles are gone. Shut down the old valve, and this thing's ready to go. Here's the crap that came out of that line. Seems fine. I'll hang on to it for something else. Hoses. Well, let's take this thing for a little test and see if it's safe enough to jam the old family in. We're just gonna take it easy. Well, the good news is she's running great. Bad news is I smell brakes really bad. And I have a hunch it's going to be the drinker side now, since we fixed the captain side. I'm going to turn around up here, see if I could just start aiming her back towards the shop. But we could probably do that with a little more speed. There we go. Maybe it's coming out of it. It's not pulling anymore. Doubtful. Thing is, I got an hour drive just to get to my house, not including the cruise. I don't know if you fellers can see that smoke. Wish you had smell-o-vision. It's bad. That's shot. I'm sure it's the same exact thing as the other side. And the bad news is, I spent a long time searching for a pair, and I only found the captain side, not the drinker side here. So I'm gonna have to tuck it back away and try to get some more parts. So unfortunately, not able to make the cruise, but that's just the way she goes sometimes. Still fun getting it out and taking her for a little rip. As soon as I get some parts in, we'll finish up the brakes. Probably even do the back brakes, I suppose. Put some different tires on it, get the hubcaps back on it, and do this thing right. Thanks guys for watching, appreciate it very much. We'll see you next time.